what happened with that Interscope Jimmy relationship? Where did it start going?
Well, Deliverance, the second album. So basically, to set the scene, all right, so Ugly comes out, goes number one. I had the record with Jadakiss, which was big. The Archie record. Rest in peace, Archie Everso.
Man. We Ready remix.
Every time I go to Atlanta,
but it's We Ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the remix.
Oh, you did. So that's considered the original version.
I mean, it is. I mean, like it's the one that gets. You know what I'm saying? People, I'm viewed to be on that song.
And that's a slick. Hey, that's a slick ass verse.
That verse and that song. At that time, I was the biggest I have ever been or will ever be in Atlanta, Georgia, and that meant a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Like in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I performed, when Cujo had his accident, I'll never forget, and we had a fundraiser, and
I remember.
And T.I. was there where he had Dope Boys in the Trap, you know what I'm saying? And we performed those two songs, right? And it was neck and neck, which one people was most hyped about, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking at going into my second album, I'm thinking, oh man, we're gonna capitalize on the urban. You know what I'm saying?
Got
like,
the bag, right?
Yeah, well, because I'm thinking like, all right, Tim's gonna do half the record. This time I'm gonna get Lil Jon. I'm gonna get Tube, whoever. You know what I'm saying? At the time, like I'm gonna do like a classic Southern hip hop album. Tim changed all that when he played me. One record is a song off Deliverance called "Coming Round." See you coming round the band. It's like a bluegrass sample, but he had freaked in and dropped that beat, and it was so dope, man. And he was like, he wasn't going for the plan I had. He was like, he wanted to roll the dice on selling 10 million, and going. He said, let's make the album that sounds the way the Ugly video looked. And let's go deeper into explaining, like let people know it's not a joke, which was credible to me. And we went that way. And we created we planted the seeds that would sprout and become a whole new subgenre, with, country rap, like as we were talking about earlier. But it totally took me away from, I remember even when we went out to Jimmy's office to play him Deliverance, the album, he heard it all. He was like, all right, where are the club songs? No club songs really on it, and
so y'all butted heads creatively.
Tim was like, there ain't gonna be no club songs. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing, and they finally came around, and we put out the album, and it was very critically acclaimed, and but once again, if platinum wasn't good enough by the Interscope standards, what was 400,000 gonna be? You know what I'm saying? And not to mention at the time, Miss Jade had come out. Shout out to Jade, one of the dopest female MCs of all time. But her project, based on the Interscope standards, underperformed. Yeah. Now she wasn't given the same chance that I was given. That's what I mean. They didn't press the button for her. Like they pressed it for me.
Production. That's about it.
And she had some great features. She had a Jay-Z feature. She had a Missy feature. But for whatever reason, it just didn't connect. And
so after Deliverance is when the relationship with you and Jimmy.
And at the time, and Tim will be the first to tell you this. I think he would. I was green and not really ready to be the man as an artist, but he was totally unprepared for being a boss at that time. And I think because if you think about it, Beat Club, and then he had his real success later on as Mosley Music. That was his second deal with Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? After a period, of multiple years of not being with Jimmy. And so, it was, Jimmy gave me the option of staying on Interscope, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, I'm looking at it like, well, me and Big Boy's relationship had really started to grow and flourish. And we had taken a trip to London, and we were like really already talking about, because I kind of saw the handwriting on the wall at Interscope with that situation. And I was like, man, it'd be great to come back home, you know what I'm saying? Rock with the DF. And Tim was going off on Jimmy and stuff like that, and it was
get real messy.
So Tim at that time was gone. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy was not wanting to be in business with Tim anymore, but he gave me the option to stay in. But I'm looking at the situation. G Unit's come in now, 50 Cent. You know, there was a period of Interscope there where it looked a whole lot like if you weren't Aftermath, G Unit, Shady, that you were kind of working against the system. And so I'm thinking about being in that building solo dolo, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my brother Polo was coming in. He was about to have some muscle in there, but this was that in between period. So there really wasn't anybody from the South or anybody I had a relationship with that was going to be in that imprint role, you know. And even though he gave me the option to stay, and I said, I'm just going to take my walking papers. And so, but me and Tim were originally supposed to be going to Def Jam is what I thought. But that was a period, kind of a dark period for Tim where he went to Miami and his weight, he was really heavy at the time, you know, around the time of the Fade to Black video, you know, when he was in there with Jay-Z. And he kind of just went silent for about 6 months to a year, you know, at a very crucial time. And that, to me, that just, it's about me and the guy had talked on the phone every day for 2 or 3 years at that point. And it goes
just to go cold
multiple
turkey.
months, and I can't get in touch with him. And it's at that critical juncture too. You know, he had told me not to really do shows, kind of lay low, and we was gonna come make this big return or whatever. And it was a crucial time, man. You know what I'm saying? Because after Deliver, I wasn't getting the same type of show love, you know what I'm saying, from the Deliverance project that I had gotten with Ugly, being able to go in them nightclubs and perform Ugly 4 times and get 20 rags, you know what I'm saying? I had kind of started going the route of performing on college campuses for 7,500, taking a band, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. And so, but I had shut everything down, and then me and Big are building this bond, and then here comes Virgin Records and Purple Ribbon.
Before we get into the Big and Purple Ribbon stuff, what's you and Timbaland's relationship like now?
We're cool.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I wouldn't say that we're not on bad terms, you know what I'm saying? We just
the communication is not like it was. Same with Jimmy Iovine.
We don't have a lot in common, you know what I'm saying? That's the bottom
line. Can you still pick up the phone like Blueface? Can you call Jimmy?
Could I call Jimmy Iovine? If I had his number.
Okay.
Anytime I've seen Jimmy, because I spent a lot of time when Polo was, you know, Polo and Jimmy were really, really important.
Very close.
Polo's my brother, and so I spent a lot of time out there in LA during that period. And, you know, me and Jimmy, I mean, there's some funny stories that we share, but and Timberland's a part of that too, you know. There's been a lot of times with Tim where just to put it lightly, you know, words didn't match actions. You know what I'm saying? A couple of times. You know what I'm saying?
I think we've experienced that a lot in this music business.
Yeah, and so it is what it is. But the man did way too much for me, taught me way too much for me to ever harbor like overall ill will towards him. Yeah. I'm so grateful and love the guy, and he's got a brother in me forever, regardless of how he feels about me.
In hindsight, I'm looking at it now, just thinking about it. Like, you had a vision, and you're the artist, you're the creative, and you was saying, I want to create this sound, go with Dungeon, the soulful, and the label said, do it this way. A lot of artists I've seen tell that story. Looking back, do you think you probably should have went with your original plan?
Well, it's twofold, because on one side of it, you don't change history, because if you do, you start pulling out blocks in the foundation, and you could change. I could be dead now, who knows? But the other side of me is like, I would like to have seen maybe what would have happened in some alternate universe if I had just done what the fuck I wanted to do.
Did you ever get a chance to work with Toomp?
Not really, no.
Okay, yeah.
No. And he was an example, you know, when I said that earlier, like, but man, I love Toomp, but I love his sound, man.
He's that motherfucker.
What You Know is my favorite T.I. record ever, and top 10 favorite hip hop song
Toomp is
ever.
that dude.
But anyhow, so then, you know, like I said, me and
the big boy.
Me and
Purple
Big had
Ribbon.
been great friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And our relationship was only getting tighter, because at this time, you know, this is like Speaker Box Love Below time, and Dre's kind of going. So, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like,
because when I first met you, I was working at Equipment. I running the radio promotion.
Right. And
then when they was transitioning to Purple Ribbon is when you was coming in.
Yep.
So, you know, with all that, I was going to work for Steve Rifkin at that time.
But, I do remember that now. Yeah.
So, you know, when I heard the records, I was like, oh shit. I mean, of course I knew you from the records from before.
Right.
But I was like, you was gonna come back with a bang.
Yeah.
But
it's about the records me and Reek had made, like getting ready for that. Yeah, no doubt.
So I look at you coming into Purple Ribbon. When you was coming into, for one, did you like holler at Tim and say, hey man, this is what I'm doing, or was it at that point?
We weren't really communicating. You know what I'm saying? It was a situation where he had kind of gone silent, and then at the end, like when it was like everything had been agreed to basically, and Tim did come back in briefly, and it was kind of fucked up because his energy was kind of like he was kind of seeing me with Cast or with Big, you know what I'm saying? And they were just the biggest things in music at the time. Yeah. And it was he wanted to be a part of it, kind of like, and I really couldn't make that happen at that time, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have loved for Timberland to have been, but we were already too far into the process. And, Big wasn't really, trying to do that, to collaborate at that time, you know what I'm saying? And so it was what it was. And I think Tim did feel away, even though Tim did do a track on. I made sure that on that album, Now I paid him. I would say I paid him top Timberland dollar. I wasn't paying the $125 that a lot of people were paying at the time. I paid $65, for a record that wasn't even really that great. But anyway, but still,
just out of respect. I mean, I'm not mad at that.
And I wanted Tim to feel good about it, and I it wasn't like beef or anything, but I think maybe there was some. But I had some feelings about him not talking to me for multiple months. So, and there were a couple things that lingering from the time that we were together that had happened, but at the end of the day, I would say as far as just to put a bow on the Timberland thing, like we're just different kind of people, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And there's on some levels our shit don't mix. But, like I said, it's still all love. So anyway, here we are.
Purple Ribbon, Big Boy.
And Virgin Records. Shout out to Matt Serletic, who was running. I remember
Matt. That's Matt, I had a deal.
And Lionel was there at the time. What's Lionel's last name? Was it Rittenhour or something like that?
That's it.
And he's one of those legendary radio guys too. But he was like vice president of Virgin. And Matt Serletic was like the youngest CEO ever.
Because he was on one Matt in a group before. He
had produced like several rock bands.
Yeah. So when I had my deal over there at the same time.
Like you said, like Smashing Pumpkins and shit like that.
He had done some big records. So I was like, I felt good about being over there verse because I said the label was ran by a guy that knows creative, music guy. Because a lot of these labels are run by bean counters.
But then he got kicked out of there like right after we signed. But before he left, he backed the Brinks truck up to me and Big Boy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
He really did. Like I could at the time, I don't know, I hear all these fake numbers of what deals were. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, somebody just come put 7 figures in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like that's strong. And then you still got another 7 to make a record with. I mean,
that's all right.
Yeah, that's
Bubba, that's quite all right.
I mean, when you talk about
that's quite all right.
And that's real numbers. That ain't
no fluff.
You hear these exaggerated tales of what the whole deal with all the marketing budgets and all that shit is, but the bottom line is we were rich at that time. I had been rich, but I was real rich at that time, and Big Boy got richer, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing is me and Reek had already done
the record
3/4 of the album, you know what I'm saying? And so I got them paid, got DJ paid, and then here we are, we're looking for the hit, right? And this tells you how funny the world is. So we put out the record Tim had produced, which was called A Little Gratitude.
It's the first single.
Yeah, and it didn't go.
Perform, yeah.
But then we put out a record that I loved to this day, The Other Side, produced by Organized Noise, featuring Sleepy Brown and Petey Pablo. And that was cool to get Petey Pablo on an Organized Noise track. But and both of the records were dope. The Tim record was dope too, but I always tell people back then, we take it for granted now because we can access fans directly via a social media page. At that time, if you didn't make it fit AM, FM radio, TV like MTV, BET, the actual CD or live shows,
it wasn't taking.
You had to make it fit within those mediums, and radio's a very peculiar thing, you know what I'm
Especially
saying?
on the urban side.
Yeah, and so neither record worked, short story long. And so I'm down to my third strike after getting all this, because they're not going to roll out songs like singles.
And that was a compilation.
They're not going to give you 12 of them, you know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
So I'm on my third strike, basically, and we got to figure it out. And Eddie Weathers, Skeeter Rock, because Jermaine had
Shout
come
out
in.
to Skeeter Rock.
Yeah, Jermaine had come in
as the president of Virgin.
Yes, and he had the idea for me to work with Mr. Khaled Park. And I had a relationship.
My brother
with,
Smurf.
Yeah, man, Smurf and the Twins saved my life, man. Like at that time, because I had accumulated a lot of stuff.
That single with Yin Yang and this. Whew.
And so and by this time I've been signed to Virgin for over a year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you had $1 million budget, but I know that shit was dwindling.
I have a lot of things, multiple homes, family with home, stuff like that. And so I had to figure it out. I needed a hit. And I needed to get, and I was like, I ain't trying to go the Deliverance, fucking college alternative route. I'm going back to the clubs and picking up that 20, you know what I'm saying?
I need that.
And so me and Smurf went in and we did New Booty, my first verse, and we did the hook the first night.
I heard it was a night at Platinum 21.
Yeah, that's where we started. Yep. And man, it was just a cool experience from the jump, man. Like Smurf he's got this presence about him, man. It's just
don't he have just a good spirit?
It's just he's one of the best human
Smurf
beings I've ever known. Dude, he doesn't get credit, period,
because he ain't no rah dude.
Right.
He just so cool.
But
man.
when you really start looking at the numbers and you start looking at influence, you know what I'm saying?
Mr. Khaled Park, Smurf is that dude.
And moments that he either championed or created or was a part of, or however you want to look at it. We get into the Soulja Boys, all that type of stuff.
Just a testament to Khaled Park, like yesterday. Okay, so the Sexy Red video with Drake, Soulja Boy, that samples Halle Berry, Khaled Park, right?
Right.
Then just Peacock has a movie with Melissa McCartney. They're playing Miss New Booty. Welch's Juice
ain't that song
had was it Miss New Juicy? They remixed it.
Was it Miss New Fruity or something?
New Fruit. They remixed
Miss Fruit Booty or something. But anyway, and we were paid handsomely for all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's been in about 12 movies. I forget all the what's her name? Yeah, Chloe.
She used that.
Haley.
Yeah,
Bailey.
Her song "Treat Me," me and the Twins and Smurf, we own a portion of that song because so
y'all still eat.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. I mean, a lot of people have sampled it, but it and it's their biggest song in terms of like arguably in terms of like pop, cultural like phenomenon type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Purple Ribbon one, you glossed over with you. I mean, of course, you said radio is hard to fit, but talk about Claremont Lounge. You and Killer Mike.
Man,
talk about that infamous Claremont Lounge. How did that get inspired?
I was saying this to somebody earlier this week. We were talking about Claremont Lounge, and I said it's amazing when I think about all the music that me and Rico Wade and Organized Noise have done over the years, and all the thought and time and meticulous attention to detail that went into all the music that we made, like this bass line, get this player to play it this way and shit, like months literally on single songs. And then to think that the song that we did together that arguably had the greatest impact took about 7 minutes to make.
That's usually how it is,
and that's
simplicity.
Keep it simple.
It's crazy, and the story behind Claremont Lounge is that I was dating a girl, or I started dating a girl, and she was like very attractive. We ended up dating for a couple of years, and she was the first girl that I had ever had since I became like a rapper or whatever, that I had really tried to make my girl, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And so I was meeting her family and stuff, and her brother was coming in town, and they were gonna be at the Claremont Lounge. And basically I was trying to time it perfectly. I was at the dungeon just hanging out, and I was trying to time it perfectly where I wouldn't have to get there so early that I would have to just like spend too much time with her, bro, spend too much money or whatever. I was just kind of crabbing. And me and G-Rock, Superstar Shawty, man, my dog from the Flatlands, man, from Shamdon, the organization. And we're there. Me and him are just clowning. He was my hype man for multiple years, and is my brother to this day. And we were just clowning, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm finna beat this bitch up at the Claremont Lounge. And he was like, "That's it, boy, that's it.
That's a hook right there."
Yeah, so I dropped it and then just vibed through that first verse, and then I forget, like the next day, literally, like we sent it to Big, and I was kind of hoping he would get on it. You know what I'm saying? Is really what I was thinking. But before anything could happen, I think Killer was there, you know, with him, and like that same day, like the verse was done, like Killer, they sent it back with Killer on it. You know, what I'm saying?
When he was hungry at that
and
time.
I was like, wow. And it was like, to me, to this day, arguably Killer Mike's hardest verse.
That verse hardest. That song hardest.
Because I came on that bitch I came on there with a certain like
you came on
energy.
that bitch hard though.
Yeah, but he can't. But based on like, so I come in like setting a mood, and he came in like with the feature type verse. You know what I'm saying? And then Cool Breeze did his thing too, man. And it was all I was honored. I had always wanted to do a record with Cool Breeze.
Yeah,
that's
Cool Breeze is one of the like. Him and Witch Doctor both, but Cool Breeze, like as far as like my taste, man, I loved Cool Breeze. East Point's greatest hit.
Created
I love
Dirty
that
South.
album. I love that
East
album.
Point's
though,
greatest
man.
hits, the Calhouns.
And I loved his whole energy, like you know what I'm saying,
Watch for the hook.
Right to his house on the same day. Now the window out of the car said, "Player, what you say?" Like. He just Cool Breeze was hard.
Witch Doctor was hard too, though.
And he was spiritual, man. I love Doc,
Spiritual
man.
healer.
I love him to life, man, for sure, man.
What,
Like I love the Dungeon Family, period.
With the business with Big Boy and Purple Ribbon, overall, how would you say the business was?
I would say that Big and I were incredible friends, and business did to some degree change that. But what I am willing to do is accept most of the responsibility for that, because it was just kind of one of those things where once we were doing business together, we couldn't quite get and stay on the same page. It's like we both were partiers, you know what I'm saying? And like it's like the 2 days he'd be up and partying would be the 2 days I was crashing, and then the 2 days I was partying would be the 2 days he was crashing. We just couldn't get on the same page. It was, you know, and
so
it was very frustrating. But I was dealing with an addiction to painkillers, to prescription painkillers at the time. You know what I'm saying? And there was a promo tour that the whole label was supposed to go on, and I refused it, or I declined, and the reason for that might have appeared like I just thought I was bigger than everybody, but it was really that I had an addiction to these pills, and I was scared to death to leave and not be able to get the pills. You know what I'm saying? And so that's tragic. You know what I'm saying? But I once again, man, I have so much love for Big. You know what I'm saying? And not only to mention his Outkast, my favorite thing, you know what I'm saying, ever, you know what I'm saying? And I think the Big Boy is heavily slept on in the Outkast dynamic, because the Outkast that I know, that I love, first 3 albums Outkast, Big Boy was a heavy component in that. You know what I'm saying? Like Elevators.
A lot of times Big, and I was just having this conversation a few months ago, when you have such a big personality like an Andre 3000, and then don't get it wrong, Dre 3000 is one of the dopest lyricists ever to touch a microphone. But let me tell you something. That motherfucker Big Boy ain't, boy, that motherfucker Big is hard,
and to think, this always blows my mind, to think that at one time CeeLo was in fucking Outkast. I mean, like,
CeeLo's supposed
we're
to
talking about 3 of the greatest lyricists ever to touch a mic.
No matter what standards
no matter where you from, East, South, West,
3 of the top 25
lyricists, Big Boy, CeeLo, and Andre 3000.
What other
Andre
group
says Big and CeeLo are better rappers than him.
What other group has even 2?
Oh, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think who.
Big Boy is definitely, I'm glad that lately he's been getting the acclaim, but as a lyricist, Big Boy, man, he hard, man.
That's a fact. Hot Tub Tony.
He
Lucius left foot.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, the solo albums, he held it down, period. But when you go back to like Outkast, like, man, like ATL is my favorite album ever in hip hop, you know, ever, period, any genre. And man, Big's verses, like,
hey man, kill him.
Wheels of Steel.
Oh man, come on, man.
cut that crow clean up. I did, but I did so not safely.
No.
Don't want no AIDS.
Go to that Aquemini album, though.
It's just him and I. Aquemini.
Yeah.
Those the ones,
but that's
man.
when Dre started taking off, though. Like right off the bat, Mr. Return. Hey. Like to this day, I can't understand that flow. He was like
trying to get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm almost thinking that he did that originally to a different beat or something, and they put it on because I mean that's like one of the dopest, most offbeat, on-beat things ever in the history.
I listened to this verse Dre has on the Idlewild soundtrack.
Hollywood Divorce?
No. What's the Phobia?
Phobias was on Higher Learning.
Chronophobia, whatever it is. Afraid of Time. This song on there, don't let me put it on my phone. Hey man, that motherfucker Dre verse on there is so motherfucking. I just keep bringing it back. It's so bad. That motherfucker's so cold.
He rapped.
Man. Yeah.
Oh well, I'm embarrassed that I have maybe because I tuned things out a little bit at that time because I got a little disillusioned with the Love Below and stuff because I just like rapping. You know what I'm saying?
So we go real quick circle back to the addiction standpoint, and it's all and I told you this off camera. America, people love a comeback story, man. And you just, like you said, you was down and out on the pills. Was it just pills? Was it powder?
I've done every drug except PCP. Yeah. And the only reason I ain't done PCP because there wasn't nobody around me with it. But, you know what I'm saying? I never have been an intravenous drug user.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I've never shot up anything.
How many years was it where you was like down?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's because it's never like, it's not like on and off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's just so black and white. It's like the gradual slope up, the gradual slope down. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say there's probably about 5 years where, total where I was worthless.
So that's a lot of money lost.
Useless as tits on the boys, my daddy's son.
So that's a lot of money lost, Bubba. Family.
But even more so than that, man, it's just because like the reason that I still push forward with this pursuit, you know what I'm saying? The reason I'm 46 years old and I still write raps every day, literally every day. And the reason that I'll tell you what's different from me and other people that do music or MCs that age or get older is that my sword continues to get sharper and sharper. Mm-hmm. And that's really because what I'm chasing is fulfilling my potential. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when you wake up certain days and you're coming in very low, you know what I'm saying, as far as like basically what you're capable of. Because I firmly believe I could have done anything in this world. I could have been a senator. I could have been a lawyer. Anything. Mm-hmm. Maybe with a little prodding, a little support, which I never received. But my aptitude is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Like mm-hmm. and my spirit is pretty big too. You know what I'm saying?
No, we definitely peeped that.
And so
we definitely peeped that.
It's just feeling like that you feel like at a certain point you're just spitting in the creator's face, you know what I'm saying? Because you're doing so little with what you've been given, and so I still just want to fulfill my potential, man. I really do. Like, and
did you see Eminem kind of went through the same thing with Addiction, relapsed the album? And
yeah, but and man, I don't take anything away from Marshall on any level, man. He's always shown me love, and I really want to do one of my goals for the next 18 months is to do a record with Eminem. But recovering is a little less tricky on private planes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha.
When you still are going in fucking sweaty ass nightclubs and T.I. would say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and there's
a difference.
Yeah, I mean, like when you're still really trenched out with it, you still are really like, in the trenches with it. Like, and I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it's a totally different experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's when you can fly in the specialists and all that type of stuff.
Did you go to rehab or was it self?
I've been to rehab a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
And I am a proponent of rehab. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to be locked away, away from the people that you was down. And from the drug. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But addiction, that's a huge misconception. Addiction is not about drugs. It's about a void, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In a person's soul, which I definitely have in mind. and the drugs or the casino or the cheeseburgers or the pussy or the dick or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? We can, anytime I'm trying to fill that internal hole, look, I'm seeking an internal solution with an external factor. You know what I'm saying? It's, the spiritual solution is the only one. The only one that's gonna.
Amen to that. Storytime with legendary Jerry, New Face, Bubba Sparxxx. This has been
3 X's in Sparxxx.
This has been a great conversation. Before we get out of here, I got to ask you this question: if you had to pick one producer out of all the producers you work with, who is gonna be, Bubba? Just one. You only pick one producer.
One whole album, Bubba rapping, and one producer.
I just can't make that determination because based on just strictly, like, Timberland is the best beat maker.
Okay.
Now, he's a great producer. Don't get me wrong.
Sure, yeah.
But there are better producers. When we're talking about what a producer
the ones
means.
you work with.
No, but I'm talking about this. I have to preface this by saying, so if we're talking about just a beat to go conquer the Martians.
Go do an album.
Then
one
it would be
producer
Timberland.
one album. Okay.
But I need Rico Wade and I need College Park. I can't do it because
he said, we went from 1 to 3
because they all bring something so
and they did
so distinctively different and special to the party. Hey. I guess if you made me pick one, it'd be Tim. I mean, it'd be Tim just because I know that there's a lot of big play potential there.
Okay, there we go. Jerry Clark, New Face, Bubba Sparxxx, and we got it before we get out of here. Look, I done said that twice. Us being huge, New Face, he gonna have to.
What, y'all got a time clock or something?
No, motherfucking shit. We can look in here, but New Face gonna have to exit. He don't know this.
Face?
He don't know this shit. And me and you, we Georgia Bulldog fan. We ain't say do it again. Hunker down, you hairy bitch. Hey man, don't this again feel like a special year, man? Carson back, all them weapons we got.
Hey, they've been all feeling special to me since 1995, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they all special, but 20 and 21 was special, man. 21 and 22.
To get that feeling, like I have to kind of watch a couple games. I know on paper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got
a rough schedule this year, though, man.
Man, I ain't nobody worried about Texas.
Yeah, I am.
We
got Bama on the road. We got Ole Miss on the road.
If we can beat them Bammers. If them folks over there to the west,
over 20 West Tuscaloosa.
If we can, like, that's just like I say.
The person who had our mind, he gone now.
If I can deal with the man in the mirror, that's the biggest hater I got to worry about. Is the man in the mirror.
Nick Saban had our head fucked up.
It'd be what you're talking about, like your closest. You know what I'm saying? The closest thing to you, and it's like, man, once we're gonna get a Georgia win, and you know what else? Because Ole Miss, we showed you this year, we bitch slapped Ole Miss because they just don't 1 through 85. They just don't have. I like
how we play on the road, so that's why I feel confident going into Austin, Texas, going into Oxford, playing those teams.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
we open up against Clemson right here downtown Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
31-10.
Yeah, I was gonna say 31-10. That's a perfect. Yeah. And
now here's what I will say.
What
we go to Tuscaloosa. Last week in September, we win that game. Then you got to start you got to worry a little bit about Texas or something.
No, we played Texas before then.
No, Texas is after.
Is after, okay.
Yeah.
But then we got Ole Miss. And then don't forget the trickiest game of the year is always in Jacksonville.
Oh, and Auburn too is going to be much improved this year.
We got them at home though.
But it don't matter. You just said you like playing on the road. I'm telling you, Auburn.
I said I like how we play on the road.
With Hugh Freeze, dude, Auburn is my pick this year to have that second year coach bounce. Where you can see Auburn
because as an offensive mind, it ain't too many cats better than Hugh
I can see
Freeze.
Auburn having that kind of weird, wacky year where they're 11-1 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I could really see that. But
they come to Athens this year though.
But
Tennessee comes to Athens.
Yeah,
and you know another game. Look, another game that worries me. Another game that worries me. Kentucky.
Because are you saying that because of the quarter? What's his name?
I'm saying it because
what's the quarterback? Our quarterback,
Brock Vandegrift.
Yeah, Vandegrift's up there now.
And then our star middle linebackers. But I'm not just saying it because of that.
I hate it for them. That's all I can say.
Is they all they play they physical, man.
We physical too, bro.
Yeah. What you say? What Kirby say?
It's hard to beat us in that game. That's why we would have beat Michigan this year.
Oh man, we would have.
You don't play bully ball with us.
We're not. See, they tried that in the Orange Bowl a couple years ago.
But then but Alabama's an asterisk because of the mental thing. So they.
But Kirby gone though. That mental thing gone, Bubba.
You mean Nick's gone?
I mean Nick gone. No, Kirby not gone. Nick gone.
Is it? we'll have to see. I hope so. And I'm gonna step out there on faith, just like you just did, and say that
And part two of what I'm saying is this the Braves too. No matter how much money the Dodgers spend.
I was just asking my friend Boog. Last night we were talking about the Braves. Is the team basically the same as last year?
We picked up Chris Sale. We needed a front end pitcher like that. Another one.
Yeah, a dog.
Yeah, we got from a star and 8. It ain't too many. It ain't from Acuna to Ozzie.
The offense is so
Manny
crazy.
First, Austin Riley at third. Hey man,
and I can't. But
2 good catchers.
But we have to be able to get. It's like
we learned last year. We learned
last year too. You can't. And we should have known this. History should have already taught us this. That when you hit so many homers, like when you get in the playoffs, you got to be able to play small ball.
Yes,
to some
man.
degree.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Because you see the teams like the Braves and the Yankees who rely on the 3-run homer, and they get to the playoffs.
That's like relying on the 3-point shot too much in basketball.
When you get to the playoffs, man,
and you get cold, and then it's
because the Phillies just punched us in the mouth, man. That shit hurt, man.
And I hate that so
I
fucking
hate them.
bad,
I hate
dude.
them motherfuckers too, man. I hate them motherfuckers.
And good friends of mine, Ryan Howard and Shane Victorino.
Those are their glory days too. Yeah, that's the Phillies. That's Jimmy Rollins. I just ran into Jimmy Rollins in the airport.
Oh, Jimmy Rollins. What's up, JR?
Yeah, JR, they had a squad.
But man, and so, I got love for them boys, man. But they know I'll still be like, fuck the Phillies. Like, but the Phillies now, man, come on, man.
They came and punched us in the mouth.
That's embarrassing what happened last year. We win 106 games?
And won 1. And barely won that shit. What was it, Eric? Yeah, dropped the. Hey, man, fuck, man. See, guys, look, we was talking. Man, all right, man. Hey, look.
On the bench.
Story.
No, I got to end on rap because y'all was talking for
Okay, all right.
I got my question.
What y'all want to know what I got coming up?
Yeah, of
that
course.
Too, but the question that I have, I got a newspaper article in my bag too. We'll get in the next segment. And it says,
he said that's not true.
And the writer wrote, Bubba is the second best white rapper in hip hop.
Oh shit.
No. You sure didn't say second best white rapper in the world?
Who was the first? MGK?
No, they But so my
who was the first one? Who was first?
It was double XL.
Hey,
so
he better bring his back scratch out for that shit.
Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, baby. Bubba Sparxxx back scratchers.
They're for sale.
But if we were to put like a Mount Rushmore of the white rapper, your top 5 white rapper.
4.
This is like the bloodiest war of all.
Yeah,
right here.
What you say? This how we end.
Who we gonna put in this Mount Rushmore? A white rapper.
Marshall,
Eminem 1.
Yellow Wolf
2.
Bubba
3.
That's all Interscope.
Oh damn!
That's all.
There you go. That's 4.
Haystack.
Okay.
When they can't be 5, it's 4.
No, you get top 5. He said top 5.
No, he said you been to North Dakota? You ain't see Mount Rushmore, South Dakota?
It
ain't 5 president up there. It's 4.
I don't know, but I don't think along them damn racial. I don't see color.
I hate when people say that. I don't see color. I hate that shit.
I see damn eyes, man.
Yeah, you know when they say that?
I hate that
when
shit.
I hear that, I say, so you don't stop at red lights?
Hey, my daddy used to say, if somebody say
That's
that,
a
don't
cop out.
trust it.
I call that a cracker cop out.
Don't trust it. They say, I don't see color. So your Mount Rushmore of white rappers is
Damn, don't do this.
Paul Wall. No, we just going back on Paul Wall, you,
Marsh
Eminem,
and Yellow Wolf.
That's all Interscope too, except Paul.
Paul Wall.
But if people like in a mainstream sense may not know like all the way.
Yellow Wolf was hard.
A lot of people think Yellow Wolf was just signed to Shady in 2010, but like he went and built a.
He don't remember Trump music. With Willpower.
That's all people remember though. Like I'm talking about like since then. I mean he's consistently put out great, and he's still rocking with Willpower.
Yellow Wolf is hard, man.
Yeah. He's as talented a person.
He came by my house years ago with KP. And performed in my basement.
Yeah, they was on that vibe.
They came by my house and said, "Hey man, KP said I want you to meet this new artist that I got."
Catfish Billy.
And I was downstairs in my theater with my kids, and he came by, and I came out and I sat and. I said, damn, this dude dope.
Could rap his ass.
Because he's from like Alabama or something, right?
Yeah, Gaston, Alabama.
Yeah. Burn one put me on him, DJ Burn one.
Burn one, that was my DJ for a while too. Burn one on the road.
Y'all did a
Shout out to
together.
DJ Burn
the
one.
New South, right?
That's my little brother, man, forever.
Yeah. That's somebody else people didn't know was white till he pulled up in the studio and they like,
Hey, you want to ever hear some Gucci Mane stories from back in the day? Burn one.
I forgot they from the same.
Chicken Talk.
Yeah, that's that.
What's next for you, Bubba? What's going on, man? What's coming?
Well, me and Polo the Don got an artist.
Shout out to Polo. He's supposed to be coming on the show, man.
Hey man, I gotta do that.
I know. That's my dog. I've been on Polo since he was in high school.
That's my brother though.
That's
for
my
sure.
brother. That's my dog.
He'll get here at some point.
Oh, he's gonna come. Yeah.
And so we got an artist named Jeremy Cruz.
Okay.
Which I would say that he is what Bubba Sparxxx was in 2001 in terms of sounding a certain way, but like looking a way that makes people be like, "What the fuck?" He's that. He's from the middle of nowhere in Missouri.
Okay.
And his sound is more contemporary, but he is raw as hell, and he looks like a mix between Chris Farley and fucking Boogie.
Oh shit!
So he white? He's white.
He's white.
Okay.
And very country. Very country.
Okay.
And what's his name again?
Jeremy Cruz.
Okay.
CREWS. Jeremy Cruz.
Jeremy Cruz.
And then my other homeboy Dusty Lee from Louisville, Kentucky, the hardest working artist I've ever been around in my life. Very talented dude, bossed up dude. He and I are actually, and we've been putting out singles. We're putting out an album in June. It's called Impolite Gentleman. And and Dusty, he's like my artist too, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really excited about that. I'm on this tip of, empowering
all right, good shit, man.
Younger people with clean slates, you know what I'm saying? And so
Big Brown said he wanted you to plug his OnlyFans feet page.
That's right.
He said y'all got a foot page on
It's called
OnlyFans.
Boogie's Bunions.
BB
OnlyFans.
My boy Boogie Brown.
Boogie Brown's Bunions, baby.
BB Butcher.
Hey man, we
On
appreciate
Lonely Man's. Just
Hey,
kidding,
man.
bud. We're just kidding.
Hey, bro, I know, man. I want him to get said. Hey, Bubba, man, we appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Boy, old cat, man. Look, I said, damn, this motherfucker.
Hey, you guys are doing a great job up here, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Look, it sound like we're on a great ESP. You're doing a great job, man.
Pleasantly present we are.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. Hey, man, Storytime with Legendary Jerry. My brother New Face. My brother Bubba Sparxxx. We signing off. Make sure you go on YouTube.
Like,
subscribe.
The new website. We got a new website, Jerry.
LegendaryJerry.com. LegendaryJerry.com. Make sure you log on.
Hey, and if you
iHeartRadio
ever
app.
like Bubba Sparxxx music, go listen to some of my new music. If you don't like it, I'll refund your misery for no additional charge.
I was listening to one record. It's a country, well, not a country record, but it's hard.
Country rap too.
Yeah, that's just in closing. What I will say is that I was blessed to work with a lot of great producers early. I've always been good. I'm great now. I go in a room by myself, make a hit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have the Interscope pushing the button no more, so it doesn't get quite the notoriety. But I'm a bad motherfucker. If you don't like it, you better learn to love it. Bye.
You are. Hey, Jerry Clark, New Face, Bubba Sparxxx. We signing off. Storytime with the Legendary Jerry. Out.
You heard me?
You heard? Storytime with the Legendary Jerry, of course, every week. New Face was there, and I'm gonna let him jump into his own segment because he's that guy.
Got to go in my
Bubba
bag with
Sparxxx,
this
he's
one,
that
man.
guy.
You know, when we got the call that Bubba was coming, I just had to go in the collection and just
boy.
pull out everything. So, and you just, tell me why I would pull something out like this. Why would I pull out Def Jam?
Hey, man. I got paid a pretty penny for that, too.
And the second name, it says Bone Crusher Bubba. Oh, it's in alphabetical, so of course.
No. They would have had me first if it was. No, this was a cool experience, and it pays dividends to this day. It's not.
Damn, you still get residual checks
No,
on that?
not money wise. I got $100,000, I think, for that, and it was basically we went out to LA and they hook up all these cables to you and stuff, and it was a cool
Remember
experience.
your signature move?
I do count, but I never played the game one time, and because I'm not a super games person.
Neither.
But the games I did play were like the sport games.
I played Madden and all that shit.
That brother was a part of that.
And I had a song on Madden that was very popular too, that Back in the Mud, which was also the ESPN College Football Game Day theme song for a couple of years.
We talk
Hold
about
him up to the
inspiration.
camera.
So we talk about inspiration. So I brought, because I know you were inspired by
look
these
at that, dude.
And they all change your life in some capacity.
Damn.
Man,
Talk
this
about
guy,
short. Too short.
Well, this right here, the first time I ever heard or saw Outkast or knew anything of Outkast was watching American Rap Makers on a Sunday night.
Damn, rest in
Arnell
peace,
Starr.
Arnell Starr. Damn.
Rest in peace, Arnell Starr. With my TV with bunny ears. Way down in the country in LaGrange, Georgia, and it was
got a signal
snowy.
down there?
Yeah, it was snowy, but they played the Players Ball video, and Outkast was
a
actually
Christmas song,
on the and they were interviewing, and I was like, "Who are these guys?" And that song, and I was just like, "What in the fuck?" And then if you remember, you know, the Players Ball, the Christmas version came out, and then it was like forever before the album came out. But man, we were waiting and anticipating this album. So crazy. I was in 9th or 10th grade, and man, my life was, I would not have ever made it,
Rap
quote unquote,
for Outkast.
if it wasn't for these and the Dungeon family, you know, as a whole. But particularly these two. Special and DJ, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mr. DJ.
And I
Shout
know
out
DJ's
DJ.
and DJ's uncle David Sheets down in Heard County used to come in my daddy's store, and I thought he was bullshitting all those years until DJ. When I met DJ, he confirmed it for me, so I knew his uncle for a long time. What else we got? Oh, and Life Is Too Short.
And
Colin
you talked
Park,
about how
Smurf.
humble, but this is before
Smurfola.
look, that's DJ
That,
Smurf.
that must have been Ichiban. Yeah, the Ichiban days.
What year is this?
It had to be 93, 90. Wait, no, not about 96.
Thug Hoes.
What year
Pop
was
that thing.
You remember them days? Free Freaknik too.
Pre-Freak Nick.
What year was that? Hold on, what year was that shit?
I'm gonna let you see that one. It's funny he kept the same Colin Park Music logo.
Look at that.
Nah,
Did you have this album?
I still got that to this day. Yeah.
Hey, you talk about the smash hits you made with these guys right here, man.
And twins, man. They great guys, man. Like they crazy as hell, man. But
they definitely crazy.
I love them. It's unconditional.
Yeah, we talked about this one. This gentleman here.
Yellow Wolf. Shout out to Wolf, man. We need to finish that EP that was supposed to be an album. We need to go back in and finish it, Wolf.
Him and Sci-Hi was supposed
he's one
to
of the
do
most
something.
slept on. You know, I've never worked with a person more talented than him, for sure.
Yeah.
1998. Damn, we old.
Wow.
And speaking of Bubba, we got him right here.
Oh yeah. Is that the major label trilogy?
Damn.
What's that one? Oh, NWA.
Mm-hmm. Talk about inspiration.
Damn. This shit's still in the rapper, too.
Oh man, classics.
Dark days,
So
bright
and what the
nights.
question I usually ask people is looking at in hindsight, looking at the Bubba on there. If you could tell that Bubba on each cover something, you know, what would you tell him?
I would just like punch this one in the face and say, don't miss nothing. Go to work.
Okay.
You know, don't be a fucking weirdo. And I would tell this guy, man, this guy honestly was just doing the best he fucking could at that time, boy. He was holding on for dear life. This one right here was doing a Girls Gone Wild DVD. So.
Damn. Every night.
I mean, like literally, I did a Girls Gone Wild DVD.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh man.
And so, you know, this guy was drug addicted, and he was actually at this exact time, I had a personal trainer for about 6 months, and I was in really great shape. But it's okay because before New Booty happened, I gained back the weight. So it's cool.
Oh, speaking of new booty, did you ever get a pair of those?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And I always take this time to give my mom a shout out because she calls me Mr. Few Booty.
Oh, shit.
Because I don't have much ass. But anyway, we printed up a bunch of these shorts, obviously, back then, and we sold them. My boy Dax, Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
man.
Tyler.
That's my brother. He was selling my merch out of the kindness of his heart just to go on the
Rest
road.
in peace,
basically.
Young Capone.
Yeah, rest
Rah,
in
rah.
peace, Young Capone.
Damn.
And but we couldn't keep enough of them shorts. I'm talking about we were selling them at $20 a pop, and we were because they were the actual shorts from the video, and every woman in North America wanted a pair, like literally, and we couldn't keep enough. We could have sold them for $50, and I'm talking about we sold probably 10,000 pair of them. No shit.
Damn.
Interscope babies.
I resent that. Hey, this right here is one of the greatest, if not the greatest MC of all time. And this guy right here is just but a humble civil servant.
Are those the two greatest white MCs of all time right there?
I can't say that.
Oh, shut up. Don't try to...
I mean,
Stop being humble.
in my opinion,
Yeah, in your opinion.
in my opinion, Yeah, he's one and he's two.
Okay, there you go. Damn right. Shit.
But you know that $3 will get you a Coca-Cola.
And then
he pulling the name.
Damn, you pulled out a bunch of shit, man.
look at that. Talking about your
I
lyrics.
feel like he's straight out the chain
What
gang.
is this? I don't remember that.
You like you straight out of
I got lyrics of the month.
Got lyrics.
Yeah,
It wasn't the source. It couldn't be the source where fucking, like the quotable.
Then we got that ad.
You like you was in alto right there, man. Golly.
Estevan Oriole did that photo shoot. That's funny you said that.
This the one right
Oh, dang. It's the verse.
You remember
It's
the
the
verse?
verse from We the Shit. A-Town with G.
You didn't know it
Rock.
was in double XL, yeah.
If Bubba ain't a stellar fella, y'all just need to measure better. Yeah, you skinny and I'm chunky. Still, I
Oh
want the
shit.
sweater
I
better.
remember that photo shoot.
Don't interrupt me when I'm rapping,
Oh,
Jerry.
hey, sorry, boss.
You could at least let me get to the fourth.
Yeah, because you look.
bar.
All right, go ahead. Look, he want to rap. He's
rap.
reading his verse. Go
It's
ahead.
not
bro.
the same now.
All right,
I wanted you to want to go.
Oh,
Nah, that's a
shit.
good verse though, for real. Damn. I never saw this though. I don't miss much.
Show you New Face was there, man. That's what I do.
Come on, man.
What is this? Did
it's
this
in
ever happen, or did
pristine-
you go get this printed up?
She just created
It's
it
in
for the interview.
pristine condition there, right?
November 2003.
Yeah, you can go get it. They'll send you one. What is that, New Face?
Look, he got his
Oh,
toes
damn.
out on that one.
Oh, that's when he was in shape. Looked like he was go.
Oh no, I wasn't in shit. That was very much pain pill guy. Look, I mean, I had on flip flops and double X.
in the fucking when the
I
photo
look like
shoot.
I'm going to play church league softball or something. But that's a good article though. Yeah,
The close up. Oh,
yeah.
Close
Nah.
up.
He will whoop your ass now. Ain't
Hey.
one thing about him.
the close up. And
I look like a prison guard or something.
you got
Like,
the Air Max on. It almost looked like the 404 ones. Ironically.
Nah, those are I was. Oh, with the Travis Barker, my homeboy Travis, famous
Yeah.
T-shirt, standard operating procedure, cargo shorts, polo.
And last but not least, the only photo I had.
This is like
prior
Christmas
to you,
Day.
Yeah, man.
The only photo I had prior was meeting this brother. Felt like I was in heaven. I met my
Damn.
hero at birthday bash.
I look like y'all could be related.
Which one was that?
This is birthday bash
You
when
came out with Archie.
I don't know why. This is the year when Tip got out. This was the flip year.
Oh, little flip.
05?
Yeah, because I remember I took the picture and they was like Tip in the background, but that's that year. I don't know why. Did you perform ever at birthday bash?
I thought he came out with Archie.
I did. I performed like Miss New Booty time.
So you did that? Okay.
That was
okay.
what year? That was 06.
Yeah, 06.
But it was
07.
this was at Lakewood, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
back
Lakewood.
when it was.
No,
like-
what I did for Hot 107 was at Phillips Arena. Didn't they have
Oh, okay.
birthday bash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went from Lakewood to
Yeah,
Phillips.
that was the one I performed
Yeah.
at. The
Okay.
first
Okay.
one at Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
look at
that-
the hat I'm wearing, Jerry. Ironically.
I'm about to
Oh,
take a
shit.
picture of this so I can read it.
Atlanta Black Crackers.
Damn. ABC.
I
Hey,
got an
man.
Atlanta Black
And he had
Crackers
what
jersey.
you had next day of church? You peeped that or what's that? You had next day.
Or a sidekick.
Yeah, sidekick.
They gave me.
Yeah, they was doing a lot of promotion.
yeah.
T-Mobile was with a lot of art.
It was with a certain video that I shot. I forget which one.
Hey man, story
we
time
just
with
came to
legendary.
celebrate a legend, man.
Story time.
Hey, this is
with
cool, man.
legendary.
Y'all definitely need to keep doing this section right
No.
here. Now, all the stuff he talking.
Yeah, we was gonna stop after we interviewed you. I was just gonna stop the whole.
Have y'all
shit,
been doing that with everybody? Like you bring them Christmas Day like this? I get to keep all this stuff, right?
No.
Security.
hey. That's what
Let me see the other one. What had that.
Damn, man, can we do it? Shit, look.
I'm
look, it's
listening
like
to you.
Christmas Day for real.
I'm listening to
no,
you,
we
though.
done.
Okay, yeah,
Shit.
we pretty much done.
We about to sign
Yeah, we
off.
signing off because we done made your day, man.
Yeah,
just wanna
shit.
say-
You just
Hold on.
look at him. He said, "Hey, look, mom. Hey, story time with legendary Jerry. New face is always there.
Bubba K.
The special segment is always great like this. Like Bubba say, it's like Christmas morning. So we're about to sign out. Bubba Sparxxx, New face,
Look at him.
Jerry Clark. While
Tell
Bubba
him to
taking his
tag us,
pictures.
Jerry. He tag us.
Yeah, you gonna tag us, man? Shit.
Probably not. Nah.
Look what I found.
Yeah, look what I found.
It can be negotiated.
Yeah, I know it can. Story
It's
time with
like-
legendary
I'm just
Jerry.
like-
We out to next
Yeah.
week.
Love.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Storytime with the legendary Jerry is hosted by me, the one and only Jerry Clark. Music has been provided by July, the producer. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to Storytime with the legendary Jerry on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. And make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at The Legendary Jerry Podcast. For more podcasts from iHeartMedia, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.